Hey everybody, it's Ryan here with Chosen Society. I want to record this quick video here for you guys. I'm so excited to be here today. One thing that I want to just share with you guys is part of a dream that I had. And in this dream, it was like I was looking at a website like Zillow.com, a real estate website. And while I was looking at this real estate website, the person who was selling a particular home, this person was a doctor, and somehow I got in contact with doctor. I don't remember making a direct call, but instantly we got connected on the phone. And I was looking to work with this doctor on selling his house through a real estate technique called wholesaling. I was going to find a buyer for him so that we both can make money, right? And I remember in this dream, there was a lady who called in, and I was speaking to her about purchasing the property. And one of the things that was interesting while this was happening, she began to ask me questions that I could not answer. She wanted to make some modifications to the home. So she wanted to know was the seller going to be okay with the home. And it was like instantly, like the doctor, he got connected right back on the line. And he let her know that the person who would be purchasing this home, he was not comfortable with them making the types of changes that this person was going to be making. And from there, it was like I got off of the phone and instantly I went into a spiritual realm. And while I was in this spiritual realm, it felt like I was waiting for something, and a door closed, and then I went up to another level, and instantly I was transported into another level in the spirit realm. And so I'm waiting to figure out what's going on, why I'm here, what's happening. And I began to hear a voice starting to speak to me. And this voice, it sounded like it was God's voice, but it was something different about it. And the more I began to listen, the more I could tell that this was not the voice of God. It sounded close to God, but it wasn't God's true voice. And so as I began to let the voice know, like, that I was aware that this was not God, instantly the voice went silent, and it was like I went to another level in the spirit. And then I could hear the true voice of God, and God began to whisper some things to me. And while he was whispering some things to me, the first thing that he whispered was talking about obedience. Right now, I believe that God has been giving us instructions. He's been giving us blueprints. He's been giving us divine downloads for us to walk out in and exercise, especially for those of you guys who are looking for miracles to happen, for those who are looking for transformation and looking for change. And as God began to speak about obedience, and he started to give me personal instructions that I won't share because they're personal to me, at the end of God speaking, there was all these voices that came rushing in at the same time. And it began to be hard to hear God's voice clearly because all these other voices were talking at the same time. So one of the things that I took away from this dream is that God is getting ready to take you up to another level. God is getting ready to close some doors in your life. And number one, he's going to start to connect you with the right people. He's going to start placing strategic people in your life for a strategic assignment, and doors are going to be open. But it's going to be necessary for you to be able to understand what your clear assignment is from the Lord to be doing in that time, what you're specifically supposed to be there for, and the purpose of the assignment. You know, like just like the doctor in the dream initially, he was clear on who he wanted to purchase his real estate, who he wanted to sell his home to, and what he wanted done with the use of his property that he was getting ready to sell. And some of you guys need to get crystal clear on what God is saying to you specifically. And the only way that you're going to get crystal clear on what God is saying to you is by limiting the outside voices that you're listening to. Some of you guys, you come on here, I call this Prophet Tube. You come onto Prophet Tube and you're listening for the right thing. You're listening, trying to find the specific instructions. And again, some of these things can be useful. At some point, you got enough word in you. Now it's time to do something. God is calling you to step out. God is calling you to move. God is calling you to trust his voice. You're going to have to make his voice the primary factor of every decision that you're listening to right now, and everything that you're doing right now. Some of you guys have gotten so caught up with listening to prophet after prophet after prophet after prophet that now it's getting hard for you to even recognize what God's own voice sounds like, because you guys are running to YouTube to hear a word, and you haven't done anything with the last word that God gave you. So again, this is a word of warning. This is also a word of encouragement to let you know that God is looking to speak to you. God is looking to deal with you directly. Some of your finishing assignments and the instructions for your purpose right now are only going to come from God. Yes, prophetic people, we can see and we know in part because God gives us access and he allows us to see in part and to know in part, and we can speak something into your life. But the final instructions, they come from God. And the only way that you're going to hear them clearly is by getting away and spending solitude and aloneness with God. I believe for those of you guys who become obedient to what I'm saying here in this video, God is getting ready to close some doors. Maybe there's some voices that you're listening to right now. God is going to be closing them out of your life so that you can focus and you can hear his words clearly, so you can hear his instructions clearly. I know some of you guys, your assignment right now, it's about to start to look different. The place that God has called you to, you're trying to model somebody else, but God has a completely different blueprint, and he has a completely different roadmap for your life as it pertains to your unique assignment. You're probably going to be one of the first people who ever walked out and carry out your assignment in the way that God is intending for you to carry it out. So there's not going to be any model. There's not going to be a blueprint. And what I want to encourage you right now is to let go of the fear, let go of the worry, the uncertainty, the doubt that you're going to do it wrong, that you're going to mess it up. Again, God is going to be with you. God wants to be your father. He wants to walk you through it. And if you begin to just completely trust him, turn it over to him completely, he's going to give you the instructions. He's going to give you the way, and he's going to make your way prosperous. And that's the word of the Lord here today for you guys. Again, I bless you guys so much for being here. I know one thing for me, my voice here on this whole Prophet Tube is going to change a little bit. Again, I'm going to be trusting God even in a deeper way to do things his way specifically, and that's going to look different than how other people do it and how other people administer their gifts, and that's great. So I know this word was for me. I pray and I know this word is for some of you guys as well. So God bless you guys on today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.